So there's been positive reaction from governance analysts to Togbe Afede's decision to refund more than 300,000 cedis. As you may be aware, Togbe Afede is the Agbomefia of the Asogli State and also the president of the National House of Chiefs. He previously served as an ex-official member of the Council of States. Let's get on the phone lines now and speak to Dr. Owusu Sarkodie, who's an economist. Thank you, Mr. Owusu Sarkodie, for your time. The question, however, is how sustainable is it to continue to pay such huge amounts of money as ex-gratia?
Well, looking at the current fiscal position of the country, it's going to be very difficult to be paying such huge sums of ex-gratia. But one will also say that, well, they have done a good job for the country. So therefore, there is a need to evaluate their contribution to national development, to evaluate their productivity so that we pay what is due them. And I think what Togbe has done is to, well, share the concerns with many Kenyans that, yes, the country is in fiscal difficulties, and therefore this is his way of supporting the poor and the vulnerable. The message is so clear. I'm sure it's a voluntary donation. Maybe other members, other government appointees can also follow. And then remember that what is needed to pay the beneficiaries of livelihood empowerment against poverty is just about 480 Ghana cedis a month. So if somebody is donating 300,000 cedis to the government, it could be used to help the beneficiaries of the LEAP, which is a livelihood empowerment against poverty, which in a sense is to help alleviate poverty in the country. So
I mean, you're talking about they having done a good job, and probably the argument being made that, well, this is, a payback, for a good work done. But if you read that letter that was written by Togbe Afede, he stated categorically that, even serving as members of the Council of State, they receive monthly salaries. They also have certain privileges, So he didn't understand why they should be paid such huge amounts of money as ex-gratia after 4 years, and he describes the service as just part-time.
Indeed, we are all in hard times. I don't know the last time somebody donated his ex-gratia to the country. Maybe he's considering the current economic situation of the country and is asking maybe other members to do the same. But there must be a committee set up, a emoluments committee set up to really look into this, to assess the situation and let government and Ghanaians know whether it is indeed they deserve the ex-gratia or not, and if they deserve, how much should be paid to them. So we found ourselves in a very difficult situation as a country, and therefore I think that certain things like this should be reconsidered, because if somebody is hungry on the street and the person hears that a council or a government appointee is taking home such huge sums of money, well, the person may not, take it in good faith. But you must also ask the question, well, do they deserve it? We have to all interrogate it and look at their contribution to the national development vis-a-vis the country's capacity to pay these sums of money as ex-gratia.
I guess everybody in this country would say they deserve a good pay. But my final question to you, how should government and government appointees begin to, carry themselves, position themselves in times like this? We know that there's supposed to be austerity. The finance minister had earlier on come to announce some austerity measures because of the difficulties we find ourselves in. We know about the e-levy that was introduced to fill certain gaps, in the revenue generation mix. If we are seeing things like this, 25 million cedis being, given to a cathedral, we're seeing monies like this being paid as ex-gratia to Council of State members after just 4 years. How should government appointees begin to position themselves?
I think when they went for the town hall meeting before passing the e-levy, the message was clear from Ghanaians that they should be modest in their lifestyle. I think that's all that they are asking for. Even somebody suggested that they could have gone to the town hall meetings in a bus instead of driving V8 and all that. So, well, they should be modest. They should listen to the concerns of Ghanaians and then manage the expenses very well. Because if they lead such lifestyles, I'm sure the next time they are asking Ghanaians to pay any additional tax or any additional levy, they'll be reluctant to pay. And we may not be even lucky, they may not be lucky, and they may even face opposition, state opposition to such introduction of new taxes or new levies. So yes, they should show the good faith, they should be modest, they should send a good signal to everybody, to Ghanaians, to international communities, that they are really managing their affairs very well. We have seen examples from many countries. Rwanda did it, Tanzania did it, where government appointees, were stopped or were restricted from certain lifestyles. So they should learn and then be modest in their lifestyle, just to send a good signal to the people of Ghana.
Edu Owusu-Sarkodie, I've got to say a big thank you to you. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie is an economist at the University of Ghana. Thank you very much for your time.